Live. I always feel like with the new Facebook, it's like you don't know you're live yet.
Gotta straighten up.
And then we sit here and wait like a few minutes.
Well, it has to think about. Oh God, my hair is a mess.
Well, it does look like it. See, it still looks like it's thinking about it though, doesn't it? But we're actually live.
Well, it's got the countdown on there. So
Yeah, but see, it's been going for 14 seconds already. I'm just saying.
Okay, Captain Obvious. Straighten up.
I need like a cape or something.
Do need a cape.
A cape would be awesome.
Could get you a cape for your birthday.
Like a Captain America shield. Yes, I'm down with that.
All right, that's what I'll make it so.
Okay.
Make it for your birthday.
Yes,
Birthday's coming up here next month.
that's right.
You're gonna be 45.
Better than 54,
Well,
I guess. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I feel like 54 is gonna be pretty darn good.
Yeah, actually, you might be right about that. Yeah.
Right?
Can we just skip ahead and
I know, right?
get through all the hard stuff?
I mean, think of how far we've come in just 4 years.
True. Yeah.
And think about what the next 9 years is going to hold for us.
True. I like your attitude.
See? That's why you keep me around. Is that lifting you up?
Yes. That and I have no idea how to do laundry. But CJ does.
That's true. I have taught our 13-year-old son how to do his own laundry.
Yes.
And he can cook for himself a lot of things.
Yeah, unless but he's also kind of lazy.
Well, there's that.
So he'll pick like the easiest thing to make possible.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, macaroni and cheese because it's like water in the microwave.
Right.
Even though he probably could cook something better, he's like,
He
sounds
can-
like too much trouble.
He can scramble some eggs.
Yes.
He can follow a recipe.
Theoretically, yes. Pour cereal in bowl, open milk,
Well,
pour
you know,
in bowl.
Zombie apocalypse comes, I think he can probably handle himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, whether or not he's can run as fast as
That's the thing, yeah. It's like you use the buddy system. Always have a buddy that can't run as fast as you.
in Walking Dead, what was that?
Well, the
nerd-
zombies are slow in Walking Dead.
that nerd's name, Eugene.
Yeah.
Remember, he's
yeah.
Eugene. He's Eugene.
Maybe. He doesn't have a mullet. I could see him with a mullet. What are we talking about? Why are we doing this?
This is so totally off
Yes.
topic.
So this is supposed to be about pet-friendly places, which is one of the client types that we serve. So we serve families with children and pets, actually, for the most part. We have a couple places that are not pet-friendly.
Right, because they have carpet.
Because they have carpet. And that's probably one of the first things I want to mention is if you're going to be pet-friendly, then you need to have things in your unit that are pet-friendly.
Which is not carpet.
Which is not carpet, typically. So we have, in the places that are pet-friendly, they're either hardwood or tile or, vinyl, laminate, that kind of stuff, for the most part, as far as flooring goes, which helps a lot. And then if I was going to advise somebody on furniture, I would say don't get cloth furniture, although ours are. Because when we originally set them up, they were not meant to be pet friendly initially.
Yeah, we just kind of fell into pet friendly.
Yeah, that became as we refined who we were serving more later on, we said, why not? Because we kept getting these requests.
Right.
And that's who we are. Like when we travel, like to the beach and stuff, we want to be able to take the pets.
And the houses, some of them actually have fenced in backyards, so it just kind of made sense.
Yeah, at least. Well, two of them do, like full fenced-in backyards, and then the other one is even our townhouse. Though it fits all the other criteria. It has
Hardwood floors.
yeah, and tile,
And tile.
and it does have like the patio outside. So we actually have somebody come in there to stay, bring in their dog that's crated here soon. I want to say like
Tomorrow.
is it tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah, and we actually had to move that person from one of the other places because the person staying there has a pet and they wanted to extend, and we just didn't have the original place they wanted to stay wasn't available, and we said, well, we got this other place that's pet friendly, you want to stay there? And that being pet friendly is so popular, they're like, yes, we'll go stay there.
I like it. I like being, it's almost like people with pets are more responsible or something.
Well, that's yeah.
They take really good care of the place. I mean, we rarely have problems.
True, and that's what you hear from people because when somebody asks you about being pet friendly, usually it comes from a place of they're afraid that some dog's going to come like tear up their place,
Right.
or whatever, right? Like there's going to be this damage. So the questions aren't, "Hey, are you pet friendly?" They're, "How much of a damage deposit do you collect?" And what kind of pet fee do you charge, and all that kind of thing, which is important because you can be more profitable just in fees being pet friendly, but you can also usually charge more because I think a lot of people do have those kind of fears, or they have places with carpet or whatever, and so they choose not to be pet friendly. And now you're not competing with those people at all.
Right. They're not even our competition because
Right.
they're not pet friendly.
Yeah, so as soon as somebody filters for pet friendly, that cuts down on the number of places available a lot, right?
Right. And so now your competition is a lot less. And you know what? It's a lot of people who are looking for a pet friendly place, I would say almost expect a pet fee. A
True.
lot of them.
Yeah,
A lot of them do. Not all of them, but a lot of them do.
they'll even ask you.
They'll
So
even ask how much is the pet fee.
now we don't charge a pet fee per se.
No.
What we have them do is actually add the pet as a guest,
Right.
and we charge extra guest fees.
Right.
So that's kind of it is, but it's a per night fee. But it doesn't really matter if it's a human or a pet. And I think the psychology of that actually works better anyway, because most people that have pets think of them as members of the family.
Yep.
And it only makes sense to add them as a guest, right? And so that's kind of how we handle it. The only time that becomes a problem is if, like, say your place holds 6, and there are 6 people coming with a dog, and how do you add the 7th one? So that's the only time that doesn't really work out well. But otherwise, that seems to work for us. So we get that extra guest fee, that per night fee, and we get the guest period because it's pet friendly.
Yeah.
And then we've also added some other things that make the units more attractive. Like not only do they, the ones with the backyards, obviously that's attractive, but we added dog bowls.
Yep. Yep.
Like-
So we got those little metal dog bowls.
Yeah, like the little bone on the side
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Yeah,
you
and
you
they're
have the
super
dog
cheap
dishes.
At Amazon, like $15.
Right, but
For a
it
set
helps
or something.
people feel considered. It's one of those things that you put in your unit to say, okay, we considered what you might want, right? And then another thing that we haven't done, but you found that I thought would be really cool.
These are really cool,
Yeah, they're
and they look decent.
what are they called?
They're called couch covers, pet friendly couch covers, or sofa slip cover furniture protectors.
And they're not expensive.
They're not. They're like
Like $19, 30 bucks.
$30. But look how nice they look. I don't know if you can see that. Look, isn't that pretty?
Yeah, and so it's not
it's just a cover. It's just a cover that you throw over the couch. And see, look how pretty that is.
yeah. So if you do have fabric,
Popsicles.
I don't think we have any popsicles. You ate them all.
No, I didn't. A million.
I'm pretty sure you did.
all right, get off my live, Emma.
All right, go away.
And
But they're really nice,
But
and
yeah.
they're not that expensive. And
So
if you got somebody coming, then and they're bringing a pet,
put that out.
put
Yeah.
that out there.
And the reason I like those is because they don't interfere with it being a sofa bed. Because most of our living room sofas are, at least one of them is a sofa bed. And so we didn't want something that was completely a cover
Right.
that interfered with the operation of that, right? So,
You can have one of those.
quarantine. Please go back to school soon.
Please, please,
Please.
I'm begging you.
So those are an option. Even if you have like leather couches or whatever.
Yeah.
That tend to be, they're more hair resistant. Let's call them.
Right.
Right, you don't have to necessarily vacuum those off after or use the lint roller thing,
Right.
on your fabric.
Right.
But it really hasn't been a problem.
No, we
Not so much at all. There is more cleaning. That's a
right.
downside.
We do have to put on the cleaning checklist for the cleaners to vacuum the couch every single time.
And they're going to charge you more because it's more work.
Yes.
right? So it's not
Yes.
something they would necessarily have to do, and pet hair is a thing, right?
Yeah.
And even if you're a pet friendly person, you don't necessarily want to sit on a couch with somebody else's pet hair,
Oh, well, yeah.
right? So there's some extra cleaning involved, but what we found it to be that the profitability side of it makes up for that. So it's been worth doing, and I don't think we've had, as far as like damage for my pet, I can think of one time it happened.
We had a dog eat some blinds.
Yeah, we had a dog eat some $10 blinds one time.
Right, so we just switched them out.
And the guest actually even admitted to it and said, "How much
Right.
does that cost?"
Right.
And I think we sent the handyman out to do it and charged him whatever that was. But I think that's really the only incident we've had.
One of them did eat the little bit of the couch.
That's true. They did chew on the couch. We
Yeah,
had to sew
and
that
I
up a
had
little
to
bit.
stitch it up.
But that's been over a year ago, and we host pets all the time.
Yep.
So it hasn't been, in our experience, hasn't been really a big problem. Of course, we don't have carpet either, so there's nothing to pee on there.
Right.
As far as that goes, and we've even taken like cats.
Cats, yeah.
We had somebody.
Long term.
It was one of the insurance claim people that
yep.
came, and that's what happened. Like they needed a place to stay for
Couple of months.
maybe a couple of months.
I
Yeah,
want to say a couple of months.
it was at least a month, and they had a cat. I'm like, yeah, bring the cat. I mean, we have cats too, and it's just after that they came, then we had the cleaner go over there and do like a deep clean.
Yeah.
You know, and
Right.
so we just kind of had to build that into the price, but it was fine too.
Yeah.
And cats are probably worse than dogs. If
Cat pee.
If
Ugh.
you ever had a cat that pees somewhere,
Ugh.
that's hard to get rid of.
It is. It is.
So, and another suggestion I will give you is, something that we've considered doing in the past, if you've got somebody staying long term like that, whether they bring pets or not, is build it in so that there are cleanings every 2 weeks. So have your cleaning crew go in there and
Dude, that's a good tip.
just build that into the price, or sell it if you can. Sell it as a cleaning package, as an add-on, and then even get them to pay for it. But having somebody in there every couple of weeks or so
Help out.
can be a good idea and keep things from, at least if something happens, it won't fester, right? And that's something that's different from long-term rentals. Is if you accept somebody with a cat in a long-term rental for a year, well, you're not going to see it for 12 months probably. And even if you're doing like, quarterly inspections or something like that, there's, I mean, what are you going to do? Tell them to clean it, right? So, I mean, we clean a lot more. So that's one of the advantages of being short-term, I think, is you just have more control of the property that way. Anything else you want to say about
That's
being pet
interesting.
friendly?
No, we covered all the necessaries.
Yeah, and I can think of some other things. I could keep going. Like, for example, you got to consider: do you want people to bring pit bulls?
Oh, I hadn't
Like
thought about
that's
that.
and nothing against pit bulls and all that, but some insurance policies do have breed restrictions.
Oh,
So
that's true. I hadn't thought about that.
if you're running a short-term rental space, you should have liability insurance to protect your company and the landlord if you don't own it, right? So like on all of our insurance policies, it's at least $1 million per property, and on the ones that we rent, our landlords are on that policy too as an additional insured. So everybody's covered, but you got to check your insurance policy and make sure that, hey, are there exclusions in there for certain breeds and stuff like that? And so if there are, then you may have to put that in your house rules and just not allow it because you
Right.
can't allow it.
Right. Right.
But
Did we talk about changing the filters?
no, we didn't. That's another one
Okay, yeah,
that we do
that's-
quite often.
That's one that we have to do.
Change the filters more often.
We have to change the filters at least like once every other month or month and a half.
Yeah, if we have somebody come stay for a while, we'll even change them mid-stay
Yeah.
because that's part of it. Pet dander and stuff like that.
Well, that's what happened. So we had somebody stay for a long time that had a pet, and then we didn't change the filters, and then the next person that stayed, there was still pet hair everywhere because it was still in the system.
Yeah, even after you cleaned, it was circulating, right?
Right, exactly. Even after they had cleaned, it got on the beds, it got on the furniture.
And then it kind of looked like you didn't clean.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, but yeah,
Exactly.
we learned our lesson.
We learned our lesson that we need to
Always change the filter
change
after.
the filters more often.
And filters aren't that expensive, but
No, I got a whole bunch of them on Amazon for like $30.
right.
I
So,
got like a whole bunch,
so just switch those
like
out.
$2 a piece or something.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, if you buy them in bulk, they're a lot cheaper, and then we just have the maintenance person or the runner can change them.
Right.
So, but that's what happened.
For sure. Can't think of anything else.
can't either.
Right off
I
the
can't
bat.
either. But I really like these. I really like
Yeah, those
these,
sofa things are
these
cool.
little sofa. The next pet friendly unit that we set up, I'm buying these.
Well, we ought to get some
And
anyway.
I might as well buy some for all of our places because they're
I mean, for $20.
for $20.
Of course, the $20 one's like the crap brown one.
They have all different colors. See,
Yeah. Well, why is that one cheaper? It's just it's just a different and
Still
free 1-day delivery, so you could have it
water
tomorrow.
resistant.
Yeah.
Some
Well,
water resistant too,
Mhm.
and it's got the elastic straps to keep it on the sofa.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm thinking you would have to clean that too, though.
Well,
right?
I think you can wash these. That's the cool thing about it.
Right.
You can get like a couple of them, and then while one is at the cleaners, there can be one in the unit.
Yeah, they look quilted though, so I'm thinking those are going to be heavy relatively.
Yeah, you're gonna need a big washing.
Well, we send it to the
Machine
commercial
to do
place
it.
anyway, but I'm thinking
Right.
about you got to build that in the extra charge to clean that, right?
Ooh.
Because our linen fee isn't going to cover that.
That's true. That's a really good point.
So
So I
we'd have to
wonder-
raise our linen fee to cover
Yep.
washing those, right?
Yep.
So just stuff to consider.
Yep.
So, see how we think about things
That's
as it
right.
comes up.
Got to think about it.
You always have to adjust, but anyway, I think that was pretty good.
Yep. Yep.
So
Be pet
consider
friendly.
being pet friendly.
Yeah,
It's
think
not
about it.
it's not as bad as you think, and it can be highly profitable.
Yes. We love it.
All right, talk to you guys later.
Later.